So I'm just pulling together some videos that are in my gallery, some of them over a year old. You can see on the top left the date on this one is 12/22 of 2024. Of some of these UAP dragons, just small videos that I recorded, never uploaded, but I think now is an appropriate time because last year, late September, early October, we saw these mystery drones flying around, shutting down airports, which would ground all of their traffic because of these unknown objects that are flying through our airspace. Likewise with military bases. And it was all the buzz. Mainstream news was talking about it. CNN, Fox News, even Trump, when people were asking him, if you're elected president, will you get to the bottom of what these mystery drones are? And he's like, yeah, I'll get to the bottom of it first thing. And then once he got elected president, oh, those are FAA approved, don't worry about it. Forget about it, move on. And everyone did. And exactly 1 year later, 2025, late September, early October, these mystery drones begin reappearing just as they did 1 year ago, shutting down air traffic at airports. I think in Germany they've authorized their police to shoot these things down. Yet, almost no coverage. The pressure release valve on this subject was opened up in 2024. And so now that the same thing is happening again this year, it's getting 1% to 10% the amount of coverage that it did last year because people are already desensitized. They're like, oh, yeah, we already know about those. And every UFO we see in the sky now is just called a drone. So this is a reminder that these things still exist. And these black dot craft that Custodian Files calls UAP dragons that I've been covering for a while also, these are still all around us. And when they take effect, because right now they're inconsequential, there is no effect. Thus, they're easily dismissed as if they have no effect. They just exist in the background and have no consequence on our lives. The day is coming when they will have an effect, and that'll be a discussion I'll have probably in another video or maybe at the end of this video. But this is a good time to recap some of those things because some of these videos are from last year around the same time when the mystery drones appeared for the first time.
Highway Police (PRF) indicate that at least one truck plunged into the Tocantins River during the incident. Authorities have confirmed casualties with rescue operations ongoing. Into the Tocantins River during the incident. Authorities have confirmed casualties with rescue operations ongoing. Into the Tocantins River during the incident. Authorities have confirmed casualties with rescue operations ongoing. To the Tocantins River during the incident. Authorities have confirmed casualties with rescue operations ongoing. To the Tocantins River during the incident. Authorities have confirmed casualties with rescue operations ongoing.
It was only on there for 2 frames of the video. But Latchkey Hustle has made a couple of videos on these UAP dragons that seem to always be apparent at these bridge collapses. That's about it for this one, 2 frames. And no, it's not a bird or a bug. And these bridge collapses are happening more and more frequently, probably because the ground is shifting. On both sides, all it takes is a foot or two of movement of the ground where the bridge is based on either side of the river or the canyon that it's going over, and the bridge collapses. So here's another one from about a year ago. Then I'm going to mix it up a little with one that I just recorded like today and one that I recorded yesterday. Just short UAP Dragon videos. Do fake CGI UFO videos now add in the UAP Dragon zipping across at 2,000 miles an hour just to make it look real for authenticity? Or does a UAP Dragon in the film kind of prove that it's a real video? That's the times we're in. We'll see it up close and then we'll back it out to show you full speed. Right to left at the bottom of the screen. Here in 3, 2, there it went. Right to left at the bottom of the screen just above the roof line, just above the tree. In 3, 2, and dragon. Here it is. You can see the roof line and the tree at the bottom of the screen. There went the dragon from right to left. Now we'll watch it at regular speed, and what you're going to see is this silver disc in the middle of the screen releases a bunch of smaller orbs or discs or drones or something that fly off over into the clouds. And then you watch the UAP Dragon zip across the bottom of the screen from right to left after those clouds are over there, after those little baby UFOs are over there nestled into the clouds. So again, I ask, if this is CGI, if this is AI animation, is CGI AI animation now adding in the UAP Dragons, kind of like they add in the chemtrails to older videos where before they existed? Has the AI caught up now? It's like, just for authenticity, you need to add in one of the UAP Dragons zipping across at lightning speed like a speeding bullet across the screen, or it doesn't look real. Now watch for the dragon on the bottom, just above the roof line. Birds don't zip by at 2,000 miles an hour in the blink of an eye, like a speeding bullet. I don't know how many times we're going to have to go over that before people quit saying, it's a bug, it's a bird, it's super bug, it's super bird. Dun, 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 dun. So, when I see one of these little UAP dragons zipping across, it makes me think maybe that's not just CGI. Maybe that's a real video. Because for me, someone who does know about the dragons, seeing one in a video makes it seem more authentic, makes it seem more real. And you can clearly see one zips by in this one. Otherwise, I would say, yeah, this is probably just CGI. Yeah, it's probably just AI animation. But it's got the dragon seal of approval. I thought of an additional possibility that it's a hybrid. They took real video, because at the end, I kind of cut this part out. The main UFO saucer there kind of moves off to the right and goes into the cloud along with the baby UFOs. Here in just a second, there went the dragon, and then the saucer moves off into the clouds. Maybe they took real video of the roof line and the tree and the sky, and then added in the UFOs with CGI Photoshop type stuff. And in the real video that they took of their house and the trees, there was a real UFO that zipped across at lightning speed. But the silver disc and the baby drones are actually CGI add-ons. The UAP Dragon at the bottom is the real deal. And it's a hybrid video of fake UFOs and real UFOs. Or it's all just real. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure the dragon, the UAP dragon, was not added in by AI using a CGI Photoshop editor. Now I'm going to show a couple recent examples. This one I just took today, and then it'll be followed by one that I took yesterday where they're filming a UFO, and in the video where they're filming the main central feature of attraction, the large UFO, UAP dragon zips across the screen. Got another UFO with a UAP dragon right there. I know, it's a bird, it's a plane, it's Super Bird. Or it's just another one of thousands of the same type of craft that we've seen over and over and over. Does that look like a bird? A flat disc shaped bird? Not a bird. Looks like identical in every frame. And we already saw this frame. Not a bird. Which makes the UFO video itself seem like it's probably authentic. If it's CGI, they don't add in the UAP dragon zipping across the screen to add authenticity, because no one out there perceives these things when they see it anyway. So here we're going to see a UAP dragon fly clearly across the screen from left to right while they're filming a different UFO, and this was filmed on November 12th in 2025 in a place that I can't pronounce in Indonesia. I'll just leave the microphone open so I can narrate. It's the flying pizza slice. And right, you'll see it clearly. He goes about 3 or 4 times back over the same. As he goes through the close-ups left to right, right there. And then he'll do it again and show you in a different format and a little closer. And it's not a bird in the foreground. We're past that already. On the count of 2, 3, 1, there it went. Left to right. And the only way it could cross the field of view that quick if it was a bird is if it's in the foreground. But when you can slow it down and see that it goes behind the buildings, it comes out from behind one of the buildings and goes behind the other building, that means it's at least that distance away from the camera. So is that a floating slice of neon pizza? 3, 2, 1, there it went. Whether or not the floating pizza is I don't think the UAP Dragon is AI. And by AI, I mean CGI, because Grok would probably make a more realistic flying pizza than that. And so here we're going to finish it off with a Latchkey Hustle video from December of 24, where he talks about these UFO, these, what are we calling them, mystery drones? That were all over in the news at the time, and now that they've reappeared 1 year later doing the same exact thing, people don't even notice. CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, it's not all the buzz. Remember, they asked Trump, you going to get to the bottom of this? And he said, yeah, those are FAA approved. Don't worry about it.
First of all, this thing makes...
This is going to be one of about 20 examples where Latchkey Hustle slows something down, shows you right where it is, and then at full speed, you cannot see it with your naked eye. Which means maybe he's using some software that slows it down for him, that identifies these super fast anomalies, slows it down, highlights it, and brings it to his attention, and he can't see it in full speed either. He has to use the software to look through the dimensions, like a microscope sees into a smaller dimension of size where you can't see, but in that world there's a whole universe of colonies and cultures. When you look into the petri dish with a microscope, it's a different dimension. We are being able to see into a dimension of speed, where once it's slowed down, you can see there's a whole world of things happening around us. And you've heard these ideas before, like by David Icke saying that these reptilians vibrate just outside of the range of your perception, outside the range, a frequency range of your ability to see them. They're vibrating a little too fast. Well, these things are actually just physically moving too fast. My point is, Latchkey Hustle has done this at least 20 times, and I've only watched about 50 of his videos, so in every other one, he gives an example of something that he slows down, and even after you've been shown right where to look and right what you're looking for, you still can't see it. Now, he claims he has trained his eyes for sports, for acuity and tracking, but that doesn't seem like it would account for the amount of difference. Sure, maybe he would be able to spot it better than me, but after he's already slowed it down and pointed out where it is and I still can't see it at full speed, that's something different. Either he's got some sort of X-Men abilities, or he's using something like a software program to identify these things. Either way, here's just one more example that shows if y'all ain't subscribed to Latchkey Hustle, you don't really want the truth. You scared. Y'all some punk-ass bitches.
All right, so this thing's right there. Just keep not bend your ear for a second. First of all, this thing makes 2 right angle turns in a heartbeat, right? It's also blinking in and out in some odd presentation, which is why I've been calling these things aerial cuttlefish for a year. And they're performing in a way that's at odds with Newtonian physics. So we're going to watch this again, a little further away, a little faster. We're going to slowly work our way back up to real speed and real distance, but just keep in mind that these things are around all the time. But like the microbial world, you don't see them unless you have the proper tools, in this case, an iPhone, and the ability to slow down the footage. But these things can change their presentation. They can change color, they change size, shape, reflectiveness. They can move so fast that they can't be seen with the naked eye, yet they can also hover. And so their speed variability is like nothing else in the natural world of which we are aware currently. We're going to pause this right here so you can see where this thing is. And even knowing where it is, you won't be able to see it. Conventional subjects, whether they be from the animal kingdom or man-made, do not perform or behave in this manner. And to highlight this point, we're going to go back to March of 2024 and review a capture that we got then to demonstrate this high-level ability. Now look at this thing and keep an eye on it. It catches up to this helicopter, gets up to cockpit level, does what it does, and then departs. And note the rotor speed. This is happening exceptionally fast. This isn't even at full speed yet, and it already looks cartoonish and fake. Then you look at it at real speed and it's not even perceptible. So this footage leaves us with a lot of questions, right? But how about just for starters, like why is this happening over and over and over? Why can you predict this behavior? It's obviously not an insect because you can't predict insect behavior like this. There's something going on, whether it's NHI or totally natural to this world. It doesn't matter. The point is, it's something we're not aware of. And so we have to accept that. We haven't figured it all out yet, folks. And if we have, then things like this would not be so shocking to see. And we would also have already revised our laws of physics to account for behaviors like this. And also, I should point out that being NHI and being from the natural world are not mutually exclusive. You can be both. The only requirement to get to that point is to have the humility to acknowledge that we haven't already figured it all out. But once you do that, then you realize, okay, there are things here that perform in ways we don't understand and have abilities that we can't even fathom. And it's a part of our world. And the one other thing too I want to point out is that cheetahs can run 70 miles an hour, but they can also walk and jog and saunter and all the other things short of 70 miles an hour. So you can see something making right angle turns like this, but you can also see it coming through the sky like this. And this is real speed. So, we'd probably do well not to place things in categories and in boxes based upon presentation and performance alone. Okay, so transition time. I'm pretty sure everybody's seen this footage by now. It seems to be a helicopter on the left following two orbs down in Florida. I know people are calling these things drones, these two things on the right, whatever. Call it what you want. I'm calling them orbs because that's what they look like. Uh, but yeah, so I'm sure everybody's seen that, but we're going to look at it a little more closely here. And I want to point a couple things out. So we're going to zoom in here and pause it, and there are the two orbs. But in addition, there's this thing. So just keep your eye on that. Watch this. And I put this border up here because look how animated it gets in this little frame here. Then we're going to go back to regular speed for a moment, and then we're going to pause it again right here because it pops back up for one frame. And then we hit play, and then there's another one that pops up over here. Hit play, it cruises through, and then shows up over here again. Hit play, and then it continues on. So these things are throughout this video, and they're throughout a lot of the videos I see of these quote-unquote drones. And the reason I'm taking the time to point this out to you is because I think these things are the same. I think one is during the day, and then at night they look like this. And if they're not the same thing, they're related somehow or another. This is the same phenomena appearing in day and night. Okay, so I could be wrong about that. Maybe those two things, the daytime and the nighttime things, maybe they're different. But I'll tell you, one doesn't nullify the other, right? So if they are different, it's just two things we have to explain. But I personally think they're the same or related somehow or another, I'll tell you. But yeah, and then, I don't want to get on a diatribe or a soapbox with this quote unquote drone situation, but I will tell you that if anybody knows the Where's Waldo series, I feel like this is a gigantic Where's Waldo situation. Like, it's like, where's Orbo? Like, there are some orbs up there, and then in order to make the orbs and the other NHI things difficult to see, our government has decided to saturate the sky with organic man-made craft. And so anyway, I have plenty of other thoughts on it too. But I'm going to leave it at that. Hope you enjoyed this one. Please get in the comments. Let us know what you think. Share it with other people you think might enjoy it or might have some input. And we'll see you on the next one. Thanks, folks.
In this video, he's done it again. He's done this about 20 times, and I've probably only watched 50 of his videos. So every other video, he shows something that is not visible in real speed, even after he's slowed it down and showed you right where to look and exactly what you're looking for. When you're looking at it in full speed, you can't see it. And I'll say two things. One, this is like looking into another dimension, just like the microscope analogy. You're looking into another dimension of size with a microscope. Here you're looking into another dimension of speed. But the fact that he can do this so often, maybe he's got a software program spotting these things, slowing it down, highlighting it, and bringing it to his attention, and he can't see it in full speed either. Or maybe he's got some sort of X-Men abilities. But either way, he's done this at least 20 times. And training your eyes to be able to track things better with better acuity, that could only account for why he's able to spot them better than I am in real speed. That couldn't account for why he's able to spot them before anyone's even pointed it out to him. And that I can't even see it in real speed after it's been pointed out to me. There's something else going on here. Either he's using a software program or he's got some sort of supernatural abilities, because just training your eyes doesn't account for that great of a difference.